I have this old Lionel train here, 442. I did introduce it in my little short film I made. So, it'll run, but I'm having some issues with it. I don't have an analog I don't have an AC transformer to run it off of. This is DC. This needs AC because it's O-scale Lionel. And two, even when I've gotten it to run on basically zero control on the main line here, what I did is I just got all of this out of here so I don't have to worry about it shorting any of this or messing it up in any way, and just put it here, turn on my little panic switch here for everything, let it go for a little bit, and then just immediately turn it off. And I managed to get it running that way, but it was a little sluggish, and it made a very weird burn smell. So I assume there must be something in the motor somewhere with it. Man, this is a horrible idea. Hold on, make sure the power's off. Yep, power's off. Put on this track. So that I don't... I just gotta get it lined up. I'm gonna put on this track so that it doesn't potentially burn out the other track. Why is it doing that? You know what, that's fine. Mind you, it is going like full speed. Yo. Yeah, it definitely smells hot. It doesn't really know what to do, but it works. It runs. I really shouldn't be doing this, but hell. I mean, I had really good hopes in this thing running because it's immaculate condition, but like, damn, all right, hell yeah. But honestly, I'm not going to do anything on that until I actually get something to run it with. I also have a contraption I've been putting together. I'm planning on this being some form of track cleaner, even though I have now realized there's much better ways I could have built one. Much simpler ways I could have built one. So, what my plan for it is, I have a bunch of RC car electronics here that are literally just powering this servo. I'll attach a string from this servo to here so I can lift this, particularly here, where once I have something to guide this as it rotates, that guide will get stuck in there and basically just derail it, and I obviously don't want that, so I'm planning on having some form of a lift system so this can lift up for these switches, get over, and keep moving. But yeah, it would have been better to just like figure something else out. This poor flatbed, I just glued a bunch of stuff to it. I only had to actually screw in 2 things. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. Other than I got a roof for it, and I was planning on having like a little work thing there, but like, oh god, it is not square. The glue did not dry quick enough, and the wires just kind of displaced everything. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna put that on standby until I actually know what the fuck I'm doing with it. All right. So this thing has been being an absolute pain in the ass. I tested it earlier with my friend, and it was not working for us. So I have a simple track here, because that's all the space I'm willing to use right now. I wouldn't even be able to make a loop with this. I would not even have enough space to make a loop if I wanted to. So this straight line is the best I feel like doing without making it too overly complicated. And I've had some questionable success at making it run. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of power. I'm gonna give it about 50. Now I just gotta give it a jig. Oh. And like, it wants to go, but it has an extremely hard time getting going. Here, I'll try reversing the direction. There it goes. Okay, that's how I'm gonna have to wiggle it. What if I just put it to like 75? Well, what you do now, little train. Oh shit. Okay, so it's good at a higher speed because it's going across the parts that's not connecting power correctly. But it's not necessarily, I don't think it's necessarily a case of the tracks being dirty because I cleaned these first two. And it's still having that problem on these two. I know it's probably not the best setup with the wiring. I think that might be the issue. But this definitely isn't a train issue. This is just a wiring issue. So I'll try soldering things next time. That's what I'll try doing. I don't quite know yet what to do with this thing. My friend, a good friend of mine, has had it for a long time, and we just kind of said, hey, I have space here to set it up, so we just kind of decided might as well set it up here. So this is its home until either they find a place to set it up, or the more likely thing is going to be here for quite a while. And yeah, I don't have just that straight. I have this. I have a bunch of track down here, which none of it is cleaned and it's all pretty messy and I just don't want to deal with it right now. I have this little beat up little cart here. It has a tilt feature, but I don't feel like trying it. Otherwise the entire thing's gonna evaporate in my hands. And I have this really nice looking caboose. Whoa. Some of the window pieces are still in it. But it doesn't have any wheels yet. So I'm gonna try to find wheels for that in the future. And yeah, this thing needs work. I think all of the stuff is post-war. I think it's like, we're not quite sure how old this thing is, but we're pretty sure it's 50s, 60s. So yeah. I'll probably just clean up the wiring here so it's not getting in the way of the Polar Express and call it a night for working on this stuff for now.